Hey, I'm Violet Valentine. I'm making 2008 style video blogs in the style of that time, mostly talking about my movie God's Country, which is in the final phases of being edited. It should be done in hopefully under 8 weeks. Done, finished soundtrack, ADR, all the stuff that's very boring at the end and technical. We are within 8 weeks of getting done. We need to raise a little bit of money, but that's kind of how these things go, I've learned. It always costs more money. It's always really hard to get. We'll probably be launching a crowdfunding pretty soon. Talk about that in another video. I wanted to talk about tonight. I had an awesome night. My friend Sasha Forrest, who stars in my movie, gave me a text at 9 o'clock, said come out and do karaoke with me and the gang. And I was asleep because I've been sleeping from like noon to 8 p.m. like an asshole. But I woke up at 10 and I made it there by 11. And we got a good hour or two of karaoke in at the end of the night. It was really fun. Sasha's such an amazing singer. It's funny because I work on my movie and I edit her all day. And then you see her in person and she's... it's very funny to watch someone on video all day and then see them in person because there's like a thing with your brain. You're like, oh yeah, I've been looking at you all day. It's a little strange, but it's not that strange. It's just how editing films are. And she performed... it's this place, it is this restaurant, there's no one there, like a couple of tables, it's not totally empty, and she just gets to do like sick lounge song after sick lounge song, and it's the best vibes ever to just hear your friend crush Radiohead and Seal and all these like very difficult songs that they effortlessly, just like beautifully do. And then we went back to her place and we did dabs, which was awesome. Another thing I love about cool people is that doing dabs is sick. And I did a dab like 3 hours ago and I'm still fucking high. It was dope. And we talked about movies. Sasha had just seen The People's Joker by Vera Drew. It was her second time seeing it. I saw it a couple weeks ago. I was a big fan, obviously. And she was really inspired. And we just ended up getting high and talking about how we, like, she was wearing a t-shirt that said The People's Joker on it, which looked so badass. And my next movie, I want to make the kind of movie that people wear the shirt of the movie. I want something iconic. I was really inspired by that. It was really nice being in a theater with a bunch of queer people who like all were cheering for something. Sasha always says she wants to do something campy. I was a little resistant to that, but now having experienced The People's Joker and seeing how fun it is to show up in makeup for a show and to like make it that kind of thing and to really talk to people, we were talking about trying to make a movie in that direction. I definitely want to make another movie with Sasha. She's a genius. Every time I hang out with her, it's more obvious. And yeah, so we're talking about that. I wanted to make another superhero movie. I've been saying this for quite a while. I want to say this before The People's Joker. When I tweet on Twitter, I'll tweet like I like superhero movies. I might make one. And that'll be my biggest tweet of the year. Just that, without a picture, without any context. People, especially Gen Z and Gen Alpha, which are my audience mostly so far, really like superhero movies. And a trans superhero movie is if the People's Joker shown anything. But everyone's like, oh, didn't someone just do a superhero movie that's trans? And I'm like, that's the point of superhero movies. Like, you just keep doing them. It's the same. It's what people want. It's not like, oh, we can't make another superhero. We can't make an Iron Man 2. It's been done. Like the whole idea of superhero movies is that there's infinity of them and they're all exactly the same. I am still interested in doing that. If I were going to do one, I would do a very earnest one. If I'm going to give people what they want, it's going to be origin story. I have superpowers. This is neat. Let's fight a bad guy. Like no conflict, no dark, no deconstruction. We've done that to death. We've done, since The Watchmen. What if Batman was a bad dude? What if Batman was rich? Like what if yada yada? If I'm going to make a superhero movie, it's going to be for babies because that is what superhero. And that's fine. I'm not shitting. I've seen every Marvel movie, although that's mostly just marriage. When you're married, you see a lot of movies you would not have seen if it wasn't an excuse to lie on a couch next to your wife that you love. But I've watched a lot. I've seen every episode of Law and Order. Every episode of Law and Order, every series. Let that settle in. The pandemic was the time for us. I digress. But yeah, but we were talking about the idea for the next movie that she was excited about. I don't know if it'll just be a good idea tomorrow, but that was like a moment when you're like, she wanted to do like a Blair White type of thing, like a rise to brainworms fame, like the naked fame, getting addicted to like Instagram likes and like tweets going viral and clout, and then realizing you can get way more of it if you just sell your fucking soul and say like insane pick me transmed. You know, you have to earn your womanhood in society. All that insane shit that you can get insane clout off. You know, if you want to go black magic and appeal to like people who want you dead, you can get a lot of attention. They love that shit. Detransition grift. It would be like a straight up. We would call it the Blair White Project, which I think is a good working title, and it would be the rise of that. She had the idea because she was saying, we're talking about FFS because it's got FFS, and I don't see any difference. I watch my video blogs at night. I see the old ones. I see the new ones. I see no difference. It has now been a couple months. It's not like we're still waiting. Like, yes, it takes a year, but you can see 80% of your results in the first 2 months they see. So I'm not expecting to wake up tomorrow or a year from now and have a tiny little petite Barbie nose. I think it'll go down a little, but, you know, I'm still Italian, unfortunately. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not done getting surgeries, but FFS was on my mind. And I was talking about, we were both talking about, I have more than one friend lately, at least 3 off the top of my head, probably more, who get FFS and then they say, everyone, like, I'm losing friends because I'm so pretty. People are jealous and weird to me. There's a thing with really pretty girls when they get FFS where suddenly they make their friends uncomfortable and jealous, and they aren't ready for that. It's a really sad and tragic thing. And I've listened to my friends talk about it, and it's very upsetting. Like, you know, like the whole idea of it. However, that personally, I dream of that. I would love to lose a friend because I was too pretty from FFS. That would be the best feeling in my entire life. If someone was like, no, you're too pretty, I can't be friends with you. I'd be like, bye, bitch. Enjoy Hater Town. You know, have fun being ugly. I'm pretty now. Like, fuck off. But that was not my experience with FFS. I had the opposite experience. And when I said that, and I was also, to be honest, I've been on Twitter for like a year now. Basically, I've had an account for a long time, but I was like an occasional shit poster. I was like trying to promote my Twitter since I started crowdfunding for my film. That was why I came to Twitter. That's why I'm still there. Everything is just a goal to, like, if I ever need, you know, and that's what Twitter is. Twitter's a lot of people who are begging for money because they are trans and they will die without it. And we just hope that we've had enough funny tweets that people have parasocially, like, created a bond with us that they'll help us out. And that's life-changing shit. I help a lot of my friends. I run GoFundMes for my friends online, promotion campaigns. Because, you know, somebody is in a lot of trouble. They live in a southern state. They desperately need money or they'll die. And then you have to go on Twitter and you have to sell yourself. The best advice anyone ever gave me, and this is advice that I'm still learning every day, is I asked someone who was promoting a film campaign that I admired. I said, I've been on Twitter. We've been running our crowdfunding. It's been like a couple of weeks. We have like no money. How come you get so much money from your Kickstarter? And she said, I don't know shit. I just run it like an OnlyFans. And that was the best advice anyone ever gave me. Because at that point, I just started like tweeting selfies and writing horny shit. And then suddenly like the numbers shoot up. Although there's weird side effects to that a lot of people thought I was promoting myself as like a horny, crazy drug addict, like lunatic making a weird movie. And a lot of people thought that was the real me. And it's not that it isn't the real me, but I'm also, you know, married and watch Law and Order, as we've discussed tonight. So, as much as, excuse me. Yeah, never gets old. Barley tea. Back to basics. I really like dark brew barley tea. Regular barley tea is fine, but really dark brew is much better. But I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, crowdfunding. Yeah, run it like an OnlyFans. And it's ridiculous also, so at the same time, and I've been like casually tweeting. I have like 3,000 followers, which is nothing. I'm not trying to say it is, but it's like enough to like have fun and fuck around with my phone. And it's enough that like if I say something kind of clever and it catches on, I do have like 100K tweets regularly or like 50K. And that's a weird thing to think about. It doesn't really matter. Like what's a tweet? It went in and out someone's ear. Like they're not gonna. But at the same time, it is very strange to think about a joke I made reaching 100,000 people in a day. And people are starting to like sort of know who I am a little, which I didn't believe. I always say nobody knows who I am. I don't think I have any followers. I think I'm just like tweeting just like tweeting to fucking hear my own voice. Like it's more just like a habit. But there are people who like remember things I've tweeted or like I went to the People's Joker. I got like recognized by 4 people. Like it's not a big deal, but it is like a new thing in my life that's kind of cool. However, like I don't really. I run GoFundMe's very official. I know how to do engagement bait. I know how to like package them. I know how to like. I have some. That's like something I do on the side in coordination with other people. Like we're like a network that helps people who need it, or at least try to. You know, as much as you can, fucking around on your phone. For what it's worth, it's a better way to waste your time than a lot of other things that people are doing on the internet. But I ran my shit like an OnlyFans, but I didn't take it. But like, when I run my personal stuff, I just sort of shit post because I don't really like. I don't know. That's just what I've been doing. However, just recently I started posting just selfies, and my selfies have been doing crazier numbers. Like I had like a selfie just do like 8,000 today, which is not a lot, but it's also 8. I am not young. Like I have a surgery where I'm not over how I look. I'm dealing with some stuff, and I'm not gonna like pretend it's not the case that if I look down and 8,000 people are like drooling over me, and hundreds of people are liking it and retweeting it, you know, when you're having a bad day, it kind of makes you feel a little better. Which is something I could use right now. So I've been sort of, although I never cared about that shit before, I've been kind of enjoying the dopamine of just getting a 10K selfie. When I feel like it, click, boom, 10,000 people love me. And it's been growing my account faster, and I'm kind of giving up. I've always tried to be funny and interesting and say stuff, but now I just say like, good morning, say it back. If you think you're a girl, would you date a trans girl? They're like 5 engagement bait things that everyone says, and it's way more effective. It also creates a better bond. Like people who say good morning to you, not to like, you know, people say we will have AI girlfriends, and I think people do just want to tape hello to a stranger, who's mainly just saying hello back, you know, to juice their algorithm. Like no disrespect, but you are a stranger. We have only said hi, like hi back, nice to meet you. But I'm in it, like I am promoting a film, like I am promoting a brand, like, I don't know, people think that they're your girlfriend because they saw your selfie on the internet, which is a whole other topic of weirdness I've been learning about. But, yeah, I guess my point is that I've been running my GoFundMe more like a OnlyFans, which is also very weird because I've never in a million years would have thought of like promoting myself that way. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if I'm even making a point here. I'm very high. Fuck, I don't even know if this is a good one. I'm gonna cut this.